Hey to everyone out there. Thank you for checking out my YouTube channel, GraceLife. Um, as I always start, I'm here to inspire, motivate, encourage someone to find their relationship with God, to find their peace, their love, find their self in knowledge and growing in God. Um, and with that being said, I know this is blessing someone, helping someone who needed to be here at this precise time and moment in their life because they need to be encouraged. They um need to hear this. And I'm not gonna try to make it long, but just right on point. Today is February the 14th. I guess it's a holiday. I consider it more of a marketing day. No hate because I don't have no one in my life. It's just the fact I work customer service a lot, and Valentine's Day just seemed to be a bit marketing, a marketing thing that people or company use to lure people in. However, that's besides the point. The message of the video: where do the lonely hearts go? Where do the lonely people go that don't have no one today, that will send them flowers or send them candy or say I love you or do the little sweet gesture that we see on social media platform or that we've been seeing throughout our lifetime? Or if you had a breakup, or if you going through separation or whatever it is, what do you do when you have no one in person to hug on you, to love on you, to adore you? And it can be awful on days like this. So what do you do? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say it's not a struggle. It's not something that emotionally that don't come up where you feel sad or maybe a little hurt or whatever. But what do you do? Um and off the top of my head I cannot call the scripture, but the Bible reminds us too that God, well, not like this, that God draw close to the brokenhearted. He hears the cries of his people, and he's near them, and he's there to love you. And I know that's hard to grasp if you're not in his presence, if you don't have that relationship, if you're not practicing to be in his presence, to understand that God will surround you with love when you ask for it. That God is the perfect lover. He's the perfect mate. And that God is that one who can love you the best out of all the rest. And I'm not saying that to make a cliche or be religious. I'm saying that from experience of not only when I'm divorced from my husband, when we were going through tough time, when we was together. Valentine's Day was not a day of romance or love in the air, none of that type of stuff. I can count on my fingers on how many times I was acknowledged on that day or any other day of my life in that relationship. It were very few and very far apart. And that's just the truth. And looking back over the years, it hurts. And to say this, I was not perfect neither. I miss occasion, I miss birthday, I miss Valentine, I miss those things too. Um, and just I didn't do it to be out of spite. A lot of it was financial concern for me. I couldn't return things because I didn't have enough cash to buy a present or do the little simple things. And sometimes it's hard when the relationship is not on a good foundation, when things are tense and rocky. But besides that, I had to learn to draw close to God. I had to learn to cry it out, cry out my hurt, my frustration, my despair, and not feeling loved by and I mean this go deep for me, by my ex, by my own parents, not feeling loved, missing out on the hug, the kisses, the affirmation that you do get from other people sometimes. And yes, I do stand on that. These are things that you have to do for yourself. But however, we do know that people that are around you in your intimate circle also should show support and love as well. Nevertheless, some of us, if not a lot of us, experience the complete opposite. We experience um disdain, disloyalty, jealousy, and hate, negativity from those that's in our intimate circle that wish add on to our um on how we see ourselves, and it knock us down a level on how we value our worth and stuff like that. So what do you do? And as I say, you draw close to God. And with that, and how I come to that is finding myself in, like I probably say this in other videos in different ways, but it all always come back to be the same. I find myself having a conversation with him, having a conversation with God. If it's verbally saying it, writing it, because it's hard. My heart had been broken so many times that literally I don't even know what true love looked like from another person of this world. So I had to go to God and say, God, take this pain away that I have. Take this sting of feeling unwanted, invaluable, and not good enough away from me. I would question God why I'm never enough. I would question God, what do I have to do to have someone to love me? And no, like God didn't I didn't never hear an answer, but I love you though. And that's enough. I think you are a wonderful person because I made you unique. I called you wonderful. I call you blessed. And I had to sit there in tears because guess what? I have no one else. Not besides my kids, I have no one else like that say I love you, that know my name, that know me for my good and my bad, and still love me anyway. So it take me in worship, if it through music, reading his word, or finding myself just having an authentic, transparent conversation about what I'm going through. And I know someone said that's crazy when God said he already know your heart, he already know your thought. I know, but however, I'm having that conversation with God. I'm making it known to him. I'm making it known, and I hear myself say to God what I'm struggling with. I try to be not only transparent with people on this YouTube channel and whoever I come in contact with. I try to be transparent with myself when I'm by myself, because I'm not trying to fool myself. I'm not trying to deceive my own self and how I feel emotionally. So I take them emotion and I tell God how I feel. I tell God about the loneliness. I tell God how I feel unloved. I tell God all that. And then guess what I do? Then I remind myself what God said. I have not forsaken you. You are not alone. I love you. And I have a future for you. I had to stand back and I had to go back to the word, the truth of it all. And to know that God have a plan for me and that he have put people in my life for a season and for a reason. And that some things are not for my good, but he is working everything out for my favor. So the thing that I want, and I sometimes may expect for certain people, God is saying it need to be that way because they're not for your good. But the moment that it's your time, I will put you in the right position with the right people at the right time for you to receive the love that you've been looking for, that desire of your heart. But for now, I'm focusing on my relationship with God. I'm focusing on the love that he sent to me. And let me tell you something, like I said, that's the best love you can have. Because God will send you love cues. I'm literally saying, God will send you love cues. And someone said, how did that work? You may go to wherever, let's say Starbucks. Somebody pay for your drink. That's God saying, I'm loving you. You may go in the store and somebody not who you least expected give you a compliment that will make you day. And it's nothing foul. It's nothing raunchy about it. It's just a compliment to say you have pretty eyes or you look very pretty today. Just a simple compliment that God saying, I notice you. You may somehow how to blue. If you have kids, you might get pictures, or you might get little, kids they try to do things, little craft that says, I love you. That's God sending you cue that I love you. Someone may give you flowers that you would never thought about, and it may come from a stranger that you didn't never see, never know. They just somehow leave it at your door. God will have people do that. It just be sometimes people say, I had this urge to do something. I don't know you and I don't know why, but here you go, and they'll walk away. That God said, I love you, and I understand. I notice you. I hear you, and I see you. But most important, and I can't say it enough, I love you. And He wants you to love Him. He wants you to have a relationship with you. And when you do, God will overrun you. And I know some folks take the scripture and say, He will overrun you in abundance with the blessing. And that's very true. But sometimes we forget that the blessing is not only that, it's love. It's love too. God will overflow you with love. He will overrun you with His love. And He will send you all the support you need. So, to someone out there that needed to hear it, that needed to know this, God love you. He's always will. It will never run out. It will never change. You can't change that. The only thing you got to do is walk in your relationship with Him. Let Him in and be transparent, authentic. Lay it all at the feet of Him. Tell Him how you feel. And watch what He do in return. And as I always say, walk in love, live by faith, and grow in grace. Until we meet again, stay blessed.